I shouldn't have to change myself to please my coach. My name is Victoria Moraga. I'm a dancer. I've been dancing since I was 3 years old. It's an art form that I get to express myself in a way that's not through words and through movement, and it's just something that I love very much. You know, coaches and dance instructors throughout my whole life have always told us, you know, like, you're not gonna get looked at if you're a little overweight. You're not gonna get looked at if your hair's not slicked back, if your hair's not done, if you're not really looking pretty.
My name is Cameron Hall. I started playing soccer when I was 4, and I'm 22, so I guess 18 years. And I honestly, I don't really think I can put into words what it means to me, just because of the opportunities and the people that it's given me and just how far it's taken me. I wouldn't probably be at this school or getting my master's without it, so. We had a previous coaching staff that kind of put pressure on us to make sure we watched what we ate or would make comments about it. His biggest harp was on fitness, so I assume that he thought if we would, I don't know, lose weight or follow what he was saying, we would become more fit.
There are female athletes who have, in my opinion, grown up with coaches that I believe were abusive, psychologically abusive in the way they would, I guess, coach them. And a lot of times we, as parents, as the public, we see it as tough coaching, but really a lot of that messaging can be internalized by the individual.
I was thinking about my teammates that I knew struggled with eating disorders, because I was just that's literally gonna do nothing but make it worse and or spark something in someone else. And I think we had seen it get super bad with specific people. I wasn't going with it, but I was kind of just why is he saying that?
What actually got me kind of started on the career path that I'm in is I, once upon a time, was also a collegiate athlete for what feels like a huge part of my life, and I saw firsthand how unhelpful and dangerous misinformation can be. And if somebody is telling you what you need to do to be the best athlete, you're going to do it. The only problem is sometimes that advice is incorrect.
We had our nutritionist saying what you're doing is fine and what you're eating is fine, but I didn't really want to go with it. But at the same time, if you're a coach and you felt this pressure of okay, well, does he think that, am I not playing because I look this way or weigh as much type of thing.
The consequences for, not looking up to par or, weighing what they would want you to weigh is you're not in the performance. We all have to look uniform, so unfortunately, we're removing you from this dance. Eating 2 granola bars the entire day because I was just so busy, caused me to lose a bunch of weight. And then you start hearing from your teammates, oh, you look skinnier. I would try to just eat less so that, I could keep the sort of figure that dance or my coaches would want. I started realizing, I wasn't really eating well. I wasn't giving my body the nutrients that it needed. I didn't feel well, health-wise. I was always tired. I wasn't having the energy that I used to have.
If you're prioritizing the way that your body looks or your body composition, you tend to kind of just forget about other things. So you'll kind of pursue that at all cost.
I think for other people, I literally saw, you can see it in their face and how just they're dragging along just because they had no energy because they were, not getting enough from the food they were eating. It was sad.
I had a therapist that I would talk to, and the stress of dance and the stress of, looking a certain way, you want to exceed in your art as well. I think it was really overwhelming, and I did talk to her about that. And she definitely told me that this mentality that dance has created isn't healthy, and that, I should be comfortable in my own skin.
Coaches would do well to learn about how their language affects athletes. Athletes, in my opinion, they hang on to every word that coaches tell them because that is who they depend on to become a better athlete. Not all coaches are aware of how their interactions and their words do affect the mental health of their athletes.
If you think your athlete has some type of nutrition problem, refer them to a dietitian, and that's it. And leave it up to the nutrition expert to kind of decide if there is even anything to address, and if there is something to address, how to address it.
I always have to remind myself that, I wouldn't be here if I wasn't a good enough athlete to be here, and I'm able to go play 90 minutes, and I'm able to go play 90 minutes.